back, folks. Back in a row. Second week in a row. Going right through the month. Let's see. Picking up where we stopped off last night. Party after ransacking the forge in the back office. On their way out, come across a group of Duergar, say it. And managed to not really get much information before they started to attack. Did not seem like they were for any kind of negotiation, whatever. So the party has really good roles, and the attackers did not have very good roles, and the party ended up wiping out the attacking before the last one taking its life for the rest of the party. So with that, we find yourselves outside of the forge, and map by Nymphis. And I actually have for you this time. Believe it or not.
Give it to me.
Not scattered the
but we left. Okay, gotcha. Wow, that was
Jack.
I'm not drawing it. I'm drawing that.
I sees it.
Anyways.
Where are you?
Bottom right.
I think I
Our curses are there.
So you're where the This isn't the battle map.
Right.
And I also have a couple clarifications. I went back and reviewed my notes, but last session there was a axe, hammer, sword, and scimitar. There was a shield, belt, two great axes. So update that. One shield, two axes, one hammer, scimitar, and one sword. So we're retconning that.
Two great axes.
Yep.
Onto my quantity.
And with that, now we should be all up to date on it. Yes, Nymphis. I'm sorry. These guys just doing the whole across everything.
Yeah. So I'll ask a question about the map.
Okay. Now ask your question, Nymphis. I'm sorry.
So the three linings on the bottom over there, is that the forge?
Those are the cart rails that are going to the.
So
yeah,
the forge is above that cart rail. Okay.
So looking at the old map.
This map.
Yeah, looking at the old map, that's the cart rails at the bottom of the map.
Okay.
Down here.
Hold on.
Forge is at the
Keep this there for a second. I'm going to screenshot this so I can visual, because it switches around when he shows the other maps. So I gotta analyze that real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, basically think of this map as mirrored of the other one.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
This one's actually like world direction accurate versus the other one was just kind of how I.
This map is north. The other one is just convenience.
Yeah.
Right.
That was because we're having a battle. This one's actually what it looks like.
Flipped though. If you haven't seen how.
Yeah, it's mirrored.
Mirrored.
We're in the.
So that's why I had questions. All right,
Okay.
Cool.
Okay,
So
mirror dimension. That's all.
the door, the fighting of the dwarves, they were heading towards this area
Yeah,
here.
the up pathway there is
Okay.
where that
That's
guy
where they
was
were coming
trying to
from.
run to, and also where he was trying to run to.
All right. This would probably suggest, hey, they are trying to run in that directions, and you have like ideas, like wanting to know more. Do you think we should head in that route to find out where they were heading?
Wait, didn't we say we were going to check their body? This is a
Well-
bad game. Are we going to check their bodies, or did we already? Or
Oh,
not?
we're going to. We can check. I'm just wanting to know which way we want to head out.
Guys, currently Julian is not blocking the entrance, but is at the entrance to that tunnel. Blood pouring from his mouth, by the way, in case you're wondering.
Yes, I remember that.
Dating. The Pokemon low HP sound.
All right, let's heal up first.
Perhaps after we take count of what's here and figure out what we're doing, perhaps we should climb back up to where we last rested and try to hunker down there to recover.
Okay.
Beatrice chimes in. We definitely need to probably rethink our strategy since our presence is known. If they're here, I'm sure they're not the only ones that know that we're here. We either need to move out quickly and quietly, or we need to leave and regroup and rethink our efforts.
If we can at least get back up this chasm to where we were, there didn't seem to be much of an easy path up given what we've explored so far, and we know we can more easily hold that position, and I can see threats before any of them could reach us anyways.
And I figure since our presence is known, we might be able to use the lifting chains back where we came from. I don't think it's worth being as quiet anymore.
Fair enough.
If we move through that cave entrance, though, probably still need to keep our guard up. She goes off and starts looking at the couple of bodies over by her, rummaging through, see if she can find anything.
Belta will stay by the way that the Durgar both arrived and attempted to retreat from. He's just going to keep watch down that tunnel.
Yep.
I would like to investigate the two bodies that I managed to take down.
All right. I need some investigation checks for whoever is going to loot bodies.
I'll loot the
I'm gonna
bullet.
go check too.
One person could pass by me and get guidance cast on them.
15.
Okay.
16.
Also 16. For the first one, at least.
Starting off
we're
strong.
looking-
They just do one roll.
for
Yeah.
one roll? Okay.
I mean, the key one we need to get is the main leader person. He probably had some cool shit.
I'm gonna leave that one to Julian because he's kind of eating him.
Oh no! I'm not eating him. No. I'm eating the last guy who I tried to save, but decided to.
Oh,
kill
okay.
himself. I'm not eating the leader.
Okay.
Good luck chewing through the frozen body.
I'm just gonna leave Julian
So,
to
Belta,
his
are you
stuff.
doing any investigations, or you just?
I'm keeping a
Okay.
watch out. I am in sentry mode right now.
All right. Xylith, you look through the bodies. There's nothing special that you find on their bodies except the weapons and armor that they have. One of them has a sack of coins that is maybe the equivalent of 10 gold pieces in it.
My coins. I'm taking them.
We're looting.
I'll be taking this.
Yeah,
Yoink.
yoink. Rick, same thing for you, just other than the weapons and the armor, nothing much. For yours, there's some rations that you can pick off the body. It looks like there might be a day's worth amongst the rest of your party that you can take off of the few bodies that you found. And then for Nymphis, you said you had a 16? Again, similar thing, weapons and armor, and you find a little piece of parchment with a couple of notes on it.
Oh, 1 second.
Mhm.
Let me roll again because I forgot I have Nex with me, so I guess I get to roll the advantage. Nat 20 on that one.
What's the advantage?
Because I have
Nix.
my
Help
help
action.
action.
Oh, right. Okay.
Forgot.
Natural 20. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, 1 second.
Yeah. That's,
You find the bad shard. End of quest. Done.
we were only that easy.
Mhm.
No, there'd be a nat 1000 on a D1000.
Yeah.
Jeez, a T1000. So on this piece of parchment, you actually pick up pretty quickly that there are some notes on there that pertain to a few of the locations on the map that you also picked up from the map room. There's some details in there about some of the exploration that's been done throughout the cave system on the backside of this forge that you all have just stumbled across, and some cryptic notes that go ahead and roll a history check for me.
5. 17 plus 5.
22. Okay.
22.
Based on some of the writings in there and some of the past history that you know from your mother's books and stories, there's actually some mentions of kind of a force that you wouldn't think would be kind of this time and age, given the history of the continent. You'll have to go and refer to your books, but there's something that's in here mentioned about kind of like that kind of cues you into undead or kind of like shadow-like forces being amassed and coordinated together.
I will do a audible gasp, and then I'll use this guy's body as a chair that I'm investigating, and I'll start looking through on my books real quick. It's like, this reminds me of something. Hold on. You know, and I'll just start sitting on him. Mad disrespect to the body, my bad, but you know, it's wet everywhere
Just using it
else.
as a bench.
This.
All right, and then who is looting the main guy?
Please, not everyone at once.
Well,
I'm on sentry mode. I'm keeping a
well,
watch
yeah, I mean,
while
it's
everybody
either
else
going to
is
be
doing their thing.
Xyloth, Panda, or Nimbus, so it's one of those three. I mean, it's...
Panda.
Well, I just hunkered myself. It's gotta be somebody else.
Wow! I mean, I forgot about Wilwick. Maybe Wilwick should totally be the main guy.
Sorry, I was
Beatrice
too,
comes
I was-
over and says, "Oh, I checked these bodies. There's nothing special on them. Anyone check the main guy yet?"
I'll check it. So I was too busy.
Wow!
I was too busy making the Arthur's reference, alright? But I didn't
I haven't
realize.
played
one of
WoW,
you-
so
yeah.
I sorry that went over my head.
Yeah, me too.
Oh well, it's the Lich King for anyone who wants to know. So what am I doing? Investigation.
Investigate
I know you've
the main
already
body.
done that. Yeah, you've already done the investigation check. You just need to actually investigate.
I just need to know who was doing the investigation.
I'll do it.
Okay. Wilrick, for you specifically, as you approach what appears to be the leader of this group of Duigar coming to attack you all, you get a hint of a presence that seems a little bit familiar. And it's kind of fleeting as you approach the body, but as you scour through their belongings, some kind of pendant sticks out to you.
Okay, I'll cover my hand with any form of cloth and pick up the pendant.
Okay. You get a weird kind of warm, vibrating sensation whenever you pick up the pendant.
Kinky.
You take a look at it. It's gold inlay with some looks like some gems or something. You can't quite tell in the dim light that's currently in the cave, but there definitely seems to be something a little bit off on this about this pendant. It's not just an ornate pendant at the very least.
Yeah, so I'm just writing down all these details. Yeah, pendant shaped, warm, good enough.
Hey, Nicholas, hand this over real quick. Check this out.
That's what you're writing down, or that's what you said out loud?
No, that's what I was writing down. I'll remember it eventually. I will just show it to the rest and say, this looks weird. And then
Who are you showing it to?
Well, anyone who wants to look, really. Because I'm assuming people are looking whilst I'm investigating this guy.
Sure, I'll give it a look.
Beatrice comes over and takes a look and
I'll look as well.
Quickly kind of dismisses what you've found, almost just kind of acknowledging that you've what you found. To everyone else, it just seems like a regular pendant.
Oh, I was gonna say, can I Arcana check it, or it just looks like a pendant?
Sure, you can Arcana check it.
+5. Come on, rolling good today. 10, 15.
As far as you can tell, it's a pendant that he found on.
What's the designs on it? Anything special?
Gold, ornate, as pendants. Hey, I remember. There's no swear to joke.
Not a very intricate design. A couple of looks like some gemstones or something inlaid into a few gold outlines of the pendant, and then it has a chain on the backside. But other than that, nothing.
Oh, Wolverine, that's pretty. Good find.
Did you figure anything out, or does it look like a normal?
What are you asking?
I don't know. This looked cool. I thought.
Oh no, it just looks like a pendant.
Fine, I'll take the cloth off and pick it up.
Oh, why would you?
Because I can't be careful if there's no information based.
Okay.
I'll just pick it up because we'll extort anyway. So.
Yeah, it's very shiny. Nice find, man. All right, I'm going to continue looking at the other stuff over here.
I'm just going to twist the sack of gold and be like, I'm happy with my thing. I'm good.
Gold.
Okay. Well, we should probably decide if we're going to go back or head out. I think it might be worthwhile to maybe explore the cave a little bit, see how far it goes, and maybe we can go back and regroup and think about next tactics. I have a couple of contacts in the Dwarven Kingdom who might know more about what happened here. They might be helpful.
Yeah, we should.
Okay. So are we just going to leave these bodies here? It might attract creatures or something looking for food. Might make it dangerous for us to come through next time. Or like maybe if we have backup and they find their bodies here, that's kind of more of a make them matter or something. So what should we do with these guys?
Well, whoever's going to come by here next is definitely going to notice the blood stains if they have any decent amount of sight.
I can clean up bloodstains. I cannot clean up bodies. We probably don't have the time to bury all.
We could throw them over the dam.
That,
Mm.
or
I can keep an eye on this position from the bridge above in the upper portion of this chasm.
I have an idea, but it's not the best idea.
It's more than I've got right now.
I could hide the bodies in my ring, but I really don't want to have a pile of dead bodies near my books.
Beatrice gives you a weird look. In your ring.
Don't worry about it, Beatrice. Anyway, that's an idea. They're technically not alive anymore, so that makes them item type objects, which I could store.
Fuck me, we are Baldur's Gating it right now, aren't we? Fucking dead bodies in chests.
Are you telling me you have an item that has a pocket dimension?
Yes.
You are all a strange lot.
Adventurers.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Wow, that's a flashback.
Yeah, she was not buried at all.
For those that are watching the recording or the VOD or the Twitch chat or Twitch, yeah, Panda just mentioned Nympha starts storing bodies and Moxie, who's one of the previous players that we had, falls out of the
Oh
bag,
my god.
or falls out of the ring.
If we...
Should we go that route? If we're gonna go that route, I have to go make some space because I really don't want blood to be all over my things.
I don't think that'd be necessary. If we were to remove the bodies entirely, that would just cause the search to go even further. If they find the bodies, then they would at least know that their allies are gone.
Okay.
Do we want to explore this place a little bit further, though? Because there's still that grate above where Poe went in and found the bodies and throne room, what it looked like.
Yeah, and here's on the map. It shows that there's a route this way, and I feel like in one of my books it shows that there's some interesting things that are going on that route. I think they match a little bit. I'm going to still need to do more research on it, but I feel like I can maybe make out where we're going.
Yeah, fair enough.
We should
I
still
feel-
probably we should probably take care of the bodies, though. If anything, we could throw them over the dam. I don't think we have anywhere to dig them up here. It's a pretty solid surface. We could probably cover it with some of the rocks at the bottom of the dam.
Okay, let's toss them over the dam. I'd rather we just do something now instead of standing here wondering.
She starts
let's do
dragging
that.
one of the bodies.
I'll start helping.
I'm gonna help too.
So
I'm
it takes
gonna
you all the better part
try.
of 10, 15 minutes to throw the bodies over the edge of
Yeehaw.
them. You hear the bodies crash against some of the rock face as it goes down the 20, 30 foot drop of the dam.
Can I just go stand by the edge of the dam and just say a silent prayer for the dead bodies?
Huh,
I'm
sounds
so
like somebody
sorry.
else should be
You
doing
may.
that.
You can do that, sure.
Okay. I'm gonna just go stand there while everyone else is figuring out
Okay.
which way to go.
I'm keeping my eyes still on the path that he tried to escape down / they presumably arrived from. I'm waiting until we're good to try to start scaling the wall back up to where we came from to hunker down in that area again.
So after the last body, I will be, if I hear you doing the prayer, I'm like, oh, Belto's been teaching you how to pray?
Yeah, I mean they're still people, you know. I know they attacked us and they were trying to kill us too, but they're still souls.
You're right. There are still souls.
Mm-hmm. I don't want any ill will from the dead.
Makes sense. Though they kind of wanted ill will on us from before.
But maybe
they
now
were
that
dead.
they've passed on, I can give them a prayer for them to be a bit more peaceful.
Or they could be very ignorant and want to haunt us still. Never know when they're working with the past life scenario.
That's true, but it's always worth a try.
You're a good guy. All right, let's get going.
Okay.
So moving on then.
Yeah.
I believe moving back to our previous campsite, essentially, up at the upper portion of this chasm.
Okay.
Since we had to steal our way down here, if we steal our way up, or use the lifts as Beatrice was mentioning, we can then at least know if someone's coming.
All right. So you all take about the hour trek to head back at the little kind of chamber that you all slept in the previous night. There's not much that goes on for the hour or so that passes, and when you get to the part of the chasm where you find the lifts, it takes you all a few minutes to figure out how to work the lifts and which ones are working, which ones aren't, and eventually you do figure it out. Unfortunately, with how the lifts work, some of y'all are going to have to climb the wall. So who's going?
If only someone was to fly. Anyways.
So Beatrice says, well, I can easily scale the wall, so I can go up and work one of the lifts. Probably need someone else to help with pulling things up, so someone want to come help me?
I could try to go with Beatrice.
Okay. Need athletics or strength check as we're going up the wall.
Okay.
Wait, who's flying?
No
I don't think anyone's flying. If this Beatrice is climbing back up the wall, so she can go work the lifts.
6.
Okay.
All right. You do get up the wall, but it takes you a good 20-30 minutes as you're not sure how to get back up. It was easier coming down, but as you remember,
Oh crap! I think I forgot to cast light before that. Yep, that just went out.
I'm going to also try to climb up blindly, I guess. Should I be rolling with disadvantage?
just roll athletics or strength check
Athletics.
or strength.
That's a 1.
Yeah, with how dark it is, you're not finding a good couple footholds. Like you're getting up and then you don't know where you're going.
Guys, this is a bad idea. I can't see nothing. How far did I go?
Getting up here, man.
How far did I go? Can someone help me? I'm just gonna come back down. I'm just gonna.
You're about 10 feet up.
I'll fall.
Any higher and you might have taken damage.
So we'll say it takes another. Yeah, it takes about.
It takes a while. We don't have keen mind. We don't know how much time's going by.
Yeah, it takes Xyloth eventually makes it up, but you all are sitting there and you started kind of playing little games amongst yourself while Xyloth is working his way up the wall. At some point, Beatrice is done waiting and looks over and manages to catch you, Xyloth, out of the deep dark, and throws a rope down to you to help you the rest of the way up.
Thanks, Beatrice.
I didn't know you were having such a hard time. I didn't even know who was coming behind me. But all right, I think these couple of ones over here are the ones that are working.
Okay.
As you all are at the bottom, just kind of minding your own business, you hear this sudden screech of chain and motion, and you see one of the buckets swinging, and Beatrice yells down, "All right, first one's ready to go."
Julian, perhaps you should go up first.
Julian just gets in.
Okay. So as you get in the bucket, they pull you up. It takes a good part of 3 to 5 minutes to pull you up, but you eventually get to the top of the chasm. They pull you out of the bucket, and they lower it again. Unless you decide to help out or replace one of them. Okay. Say after about 15 minutes or so, the rest of y'all make it up to the bridge. The walkway is across the chasm, and you all are back up top on the side of the chasm where where you slept the last night.
I'll stay near to the bridge area just so I can keep an eye out using the extended dart vision just to keep an eye out for any movement over time.
Okay.
Can you check to see if this? We're back in the hole, right? Or that,
You're back where you were sleeping the previous sleep.
Night.
So let's check to see if no one visited here, or there's any footsteps, or someone searching. So do I roll an investigation or?
Well, so
At this point,
As
we've
you're-
only been gone from the place for a couple hours.
Technically, yeah, but people could find things in a couple of hours.
so what are you trying to do again? Sorry.
I'm checking the area to make sure there's no one came through.
Oh, gotcha.
Making sure the last traces were us.
Yeah.
Yes. Perception check, please.
Perception. That's a 3 and a 17. So I'll go 17 plus the 2. So yeah.
As you are looking through things and trying to look at the disturbance of the dirt and the ground, it doesn't appear that anyone else has been around. It looks like it's just been the foot traffic that you all have made so far.
Okay. I will hunker down. I'd be like, okay, closest cured in my head, I guess, and then be like, just hunker down and try to look over some material in the books.
Okay. While you're doing that, Beatrice goes to. Was it Julian who has the weapons? Yeah. Okay.
I believe so. And then I just had the shield on in my pack.
Yeah. So she goes over to Julian. Can you lay those weapons out? I'd like to try to glean a little bit more information about the nature of their effects.
Julian just drops everything.
Okay.
Just drops all the weapons, just on the floor.
Okay.
Here in the Twining, and I'll leave my post at the bridge to return to the others.
Okay. So who's watching the bridge and who's?
I'll be at the doorway to our area. I just won't be looking down into the chasm anymore.
Okay. Is everyone else in the room?
Can you mark where we are in the map real quick?
So it's not on this part of the map.
This is the lower section. This is not where we were.
Okay.
Yeah. On this map, it's off to the right where the
And up.
Yeah.
right. So Nifis, as you're kind of reviewing the map and also the couple of things that you picked up that you think you've seen before, you realize that this map seems to maybe not be a complete map, and with the way that some of the curves are in the map, it looks like a lot of what has been drawn is different parts of a cave system that has been explored. The larger parts of the cleared out area seems to be where things are a little bit more excavated or actually cleared out by people versus just natural cave formation. And with how... Yes, Ghost?
Sorry, I was using my desk vacuum. I forgot to mute.
I'm like, what?
Sorry.
It's okay.
The arcane is powering up.
Yeah, that was just oops. But for the parts of the map that seemed a little bit more, I guess, fresh as far as the drawing, you can dictate that those are things that are currently being explored as far as kind of cave systems, and you see a couple of icons on the map. The one that you all came to in the bottom, you see an anvil there for the forge. You see a treasure chest one over on the west part of the map. There's a shrine with a question mark by it, and then there's a icon that's some kind of gate, what looks like in some kind of underground chasm as well. Going back and looking at the notes from the one body that you found, it talks about a couple of other features of the map that aren't indicated. And actually, the one that has the undercommon script that you weren't able to read before, the notes actually help you translate what that is, and that's this area here, kind of darker area, and it alludes to kind of a the best translation you can come up with is Rock of Souls.
Rock of Souls?
Yeah, loosely kind of a loose translation of what you can gather. And then this other area over here, there's some notes about some kind of force or gathering of some kind.
Where was it? Here?
Yeah. Building up or gathering of some kind of force in that part.
Like an army. Like an army, or okay.
With the descriptions of the type of manpower, the type of armory, weaponry that's being developed or worked on in this section, in going through some of the books that you have, there are a lot of tells that whatever is being built up here is kind of a undead and fiendish nature.
Noted. Got it. Undead and fiendish.
Are you relaying this to everybody as you discover, or are you figuring
right
it out?
Right after they finish doing the investigation of the equipment type scenario, I will say something, because this is just during this is my research time while you guys are doing something.
Just wanted to be sure, just because
No worries.
potentially can help with something, but can't if not informed. Awesome.
Okay.
So with Beatrice's,
I marked the map, by the
investigation.
way. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, cool.
So as the weapons kind of come clattering to the ground as Julian kind of just drops them, Beatrice looks around to find a way to kind of shift them around without touching them, and she casts detect magic and does some arcana checks on them just to kind of get a little bit better of a sense of what might be in there based off of the descriptions that you all found in the ledger about these weapons, and them seeming somewhat possessed. After about 5 minutes or so, she's going and checking like each one, but she reaches out to one of them and starts to, as she picks it up, starts to moan and almost like resist some kind of entity in the weapon. You see her start to flail around with the short sword in the room.
Really, guys?
That.
Really?
I don't want anything to do with that.
Not that kind of moaning.
Well, Rick, come on now.
Someone help me get this out of her grasp, as I'm going to try to, I don't know, crap. I'll use, Bless on myself, Beatrice, and who looks like they're about to help.
Oh, no, I'm staying far away from that. I'm gonna go
Anybody?
as far away. as the
Wilrick's
corner
intrigued,
as
and
I can.
he just comes.
All right, then,
walking
Wilrick, you're
along.
going to get Bless as well. So if we have to make any checks for the next minute, we can add a D4 to them, all of us.
Okay.
I guess I will attempt to grapple her, I guess, just to try to prevent her from being able to swing the sword and hopefully give a chance to make her drop the weapon.
Well, so you're at the, you said you're at the entrance of the room, right?
I'd be running in, casting Bless, and on the next turn, I would attempt to grapple.
Yeah. So she manages to shake it off and throw the weapon down before you get to her.
Okay. Bless is active, but oh well.
And she kind of comes out of a
Are you all right?
comes out of it. And it's like, yeah, these things are definitely possessed. We need to find a way to get rid of these as soon as possible. There's definitely something demonic in these weapons. It feels like. I don't know what kind of power is in these that can possess someone like this, but this is definitely something that we should probably take to Elfrost to get destroyed properly. I don't think we should leave these out here to be picked up by someone else.
Agreed. Prevented from falling into the wrong hands, especially considering those that just tried to get them back. How are we going to transport these safely?
Hey, guys, there might be fiendish and devilish kind of stuff down here. You guys should be careful. It just looks. I deduced a lot of things in the map, and yeah, there might be. Look, and I'll show them the updating of the map a little bit of some translations that have been coming through, and yeah, so we should be careful. A lot of undead and fiendish types in there. What are you guys up to?
She just looks over to you and is like, your companion is very odd. Looking at Belto.
He gets very focused.
And I'll just say, which one?
Fair enough.
Well, assuming it's still...
Oh, we need to figure out a way to transport these, right? You said.
Well, I don't think...
Without touching them.
I think I think Julian was able to carry them without seemingly being possessed. Could just try to wrap them back up, and if he's willing to carry them out, maybe he might be the safest person to do so.
Julian, are you okay?
Shield.
You get no answer.
It's okay. I got meat here. Julian. Julian, hungry? Nothing.
No,
He's not okay, guys. He's not okay. He's always hungry.
Belto go take a seat over by Julian and just look at him for a minute, be like, not saying anything, but just a look of, will you talk? Do you want to talk?
Oh, by the way, while I'm doing the meat thing, can I actually insight check Julian?
How so?
I don't know. I'm just checking his demeanor. If he's not talking,
Okay.
he's not acknowledging. Yeah.
Sure.
All right. I shall do that. Inside 17 on the die. +2. So 19.
Julian, roll a
Jack,
roll a perception check.
Perception. That is a 9.
Could you please express the feelings that you are feeling to Nymphis?
Looks at Nymphus, and a small tear comes down Julian's eye, and that's all.
Okay.
Is that enough?
I mean, it is a dark area, so would I be able to see the tear? I don't know, depending how close I would be getting to you. So,
is there any light?
I know this. I'm trying to.
I probably would have recasted it at least for Xylo.
Okay, so are your shoulders down? Are your ears backwards?
Above game, not in character. Julian is in a state of surreal shock right now. Why, you don't know, but Julian is not going to be speaking until you can basically ascertain why.
Perfect. Thanks, Jet.
Are you still bloodied in the mouth?
Julian is covered in blood. Julian is covered in blood.
I will, because Nymphis pays attention, so we'll notice that maybe tear and then you're covered in blood and everything. I was like taking a step back from it. Since we're in a safe spot, let's clean up a little bit. Is that okay for everyone? Are we good? I mean, can you create a bucket of water, or well, here's a bucket. Do you want to put water in it, Belto?
I cast create water.
Silas is still cowering in the corner, away from those weapons.
It's all right, Xylith, as long as you don't touch it directly.
I'm staying over here.
Might I recommend we maybe get out of the caves and potentially in harm's way before we start trying to wash up?
Oh, cool.
Also, a cast prestidigitation to clean Julian.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah. Julian is clean. Julian is clean.
I believe you. If you want, you could roll a death save against my DC to resist it.
No, Julian is not going to roll anything against that. Julian is clean.
Don't have the proper wash, but at least get the blood off you.
If you guys don't, can I? Nymphis is going to grab one of his books, and how's he going to do this? It's going to like chopstick the weapons between the books, weirdly enough, or something like that. Does it make sense?
You're using the books like gloves to like go around the weapon.
Yeah, around the weapon, and then I'm just going to store them into the ring that way. Therefore, no one's touching them. If that's okay. or you would rather walk around with a tool that people can see.
I think we had the fabric thing, for them.
I'm using my way.
Julian had them wrapped up in
I was just-
something.
Yeah,
I was
they were
just-
definitely
Except for the
wrapped.
shield hanging off of my back.
Yeah, I mean, Julian wasn't carrying them like loose. They were like all wrapped up in
Wrapped
something.
in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm using my way of it. It's book based. Come on. But do you guys rather that, or you want to actually carry them?
Does anything happen when Nymphus touches them or tries to mush them?
Might be easier if you use some cloth if you've got any nymphus, rather than potentially cutting your pages of your books.
Mm-hmm.
No worries. These are the spares.
Are you touching them with your hands, or are you touching them with?
Oh, I'm touching the books with my hands, but I'm touching the items, the weapons with the books. I'm just like,
Okay.
He's using the interior of the book as a barrier. He's essentially opening it, closing around like the hilt or something, and then
Okay.
Yeah.
So the book is just open like this, and it's basically just a little.
Imagine like a big glove.
Yeah.
it's a big tweezer.
it's a tongue type scenario.
Yep.
Crab claws.
Be careful with those.
Look out! The crab has a knife.
Look out! He's got a nose.
Okay. So are we doing the book method for all the weapons then?
I'm down to do that as long as you guys they agree. I'm asking them if they all agree to the way.
Oh, as long as just wants those
As
out
long
of
as you're
his sight.
careful about
Okay.
handling them inside there.
Yeah.
Julian will carry whatever he's given. Basically, he will. He's not going to just disagree or not listen to what's being told him.
Okay.
He's going to do whatever you say. So if you want him to carry the weapons like he was before, he will absolutely do that.
It's probably safer to wrap it in a cloth than hold it by and pinching it by books.
Double protection.
Muted GM.
Are you wearing your pin now?
I'm just fiddling around with it. I'm just looking at it, examining it, doing whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, we should carry it around in cloths, not do a pincer method with books.
Not carrying it. This is just to transport them into my area. That's all I'm asking. If you guys want to do that,
Do you really want them in there, Nymphus?
it's better than the dead bodies.
Can't you use a cloth to transport it into your area?
Can I go hide in your ring instead?
Only objects currently.
Oh man. Okay.
So while you all are discussing, she's wrapping up the weapons in the cloth as you all are taking too long to figure out what you want to do.
Yep.
I was literally ready. I just needed the group vote on it.
I said it's fine as long as you don't.
Okay, that's
Do
the one
anything
person
while
that said
you're
it's
the only one
fine.
in
I'm
there.
waiting for the rest of the guys to be like, all right, we're done with that.
Julian's
Warwick,
we
are
were.
you okay with it?
Not for carrying it by a book, no. By a cloth would be far better.
We're not worried about
As I
carrying. I'm
said.
talking about storing.
Storing.
Yeah, he's talking about using the cloth to carry it into the ring.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah.
That's what we were just trying to convey.
The
Yeah.
storing method, is that okay? Warwick?
Yes, you can store it. I thought you were saying pincer in it with a book or something like that. That's why I was.
Next, Xylith. Are you okay with that?
Yes. Just get him away from me.
Jack? Nothing?
You ain't gonna get an answer.
All right. Then whichever weapons you guys have, I guess is how many of them altogether? Besides the ones Jack.
It's five.
Uh,
It's 5 weapons in total, and plus the shield
Yeah,
that Bubba
okay.
has.
It's it's a scimitar, 2 great axes, a short sword, and a warhammer.
All right. I will. If you place them down, I'll just.
Okay, yeah. I'm just going to remove them from my inventory.
Okay. As you whisk them away into your ring, you have a weird sensation that your ring feels heavier.
Too heavy to carry, or is it just a noticeable heavier?
It's not too heavy to carry, but it's a noticeable heavier. Like you're not used to having weight associated to the ring for objects you pull in and out of it.
All right. Can I get those items again? Just type them out to me real quick, and I'll put them in somewhere. I go, huh. That's strange.
Is everything all right, Memphis?
My ring
You
feels...
touch them all in there, right?
No, but my ring feels heavier. And that normally isn't the case.
Metaphorically, like it's weighing on your soul, or physically?
Physically. Okay.
Let me know if it changes. Not much I could probably do, but...
It's just to get out of here for now. This is just a temporary thing.
All right, well, we should probably get going.
All right.
She leads out the group over across the bridge in the chasm.
Yep. I'll take a look down, just see if there's any activity. Or if it's still dead silent.
Roll a perception check.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Soft 20.
20. You don't catch anything right away, but off, like in the distance, you can see glimmers of light. It looks like there are other people that have maybe gotten to the forge. Like it's very faint. You can barely see it, but it's enough where you can see. Oh, you can see where there's light coming from the chamber that the forge was in, and you see light coming from there.
In a moderate whisper, just trying to be just loud enough to be heard by the group. Good thing we are going. Looks like more investigating the forges. We should probably, as soon as we get far enough away that they shouldn't hear us, we should make haste. And we do.
All right.
All right, Scooby.
So Beatrice is going to lead you all out, or take the lead and kind of head out. It takes you all the better part of an hour to reach the entrance of the Stonebreaker Iron Works main entrance, but you all are out, and it's about mid-afternoon at this point. Oh, good. There's still light out. We can probably make it back to camp before it gets too dark. Everyone good to keep heading back?
Yeah. What about that weird creature thing that was out here that one time?
Well, that's the easiest way down kind of the cliffside. We're going to have to go around it again, and we'll just have to sneak by it and make sure it doesn't notice us.
Okay. Let's go. And we go.
All right. As you all approach the clearing where that creature was before, she kind of indicates to you all that this is the area. Need you all to roll stealth checks, please.
Because my armor's back on, I'm at disadvantage.
Likewise.
I got a 13.
23.
With disadvantage, 5.
11.
Wheel rig. Oh wait, no, there it is. Sorry.
All right. Well, the group did well enough to pass the group check, so.
What? 5?
Really?
Jesus. Okay.
Whoa.
It's a group check, not individual.
Group check.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Group
Okay.
check. So you all
11,
make
that was
it
good.
around the kind of the little clearing where this creature reportedly was, and make it down the cliffside as it starts to get dusk and the sun starts to set. She shows you back to the cave where you all had spent the night before, and sits down to kind of go over the plans for the day or for the next day. And she says, "Well, we might want to figure out what we're doing in the morning. You all want to take a night to recuperate and plan in the morning, or should we plan now? I think it might be good to have a plan going forward, but I definitely know with some of the things that have happened, and I especially want to kind of rest and try to meditate on what happened in there with the weapons, that a good night's rest might be worthwhile."
Fair enough. I say as I cast Create Water again to refill the buckets for Gerald.
And Gerald is there. All
Gerald's still
fine.
there.
Yep.
I'm gonna go pet Gerald.
What if Gerald touched the weapons?
I'm not even gonna let that
That'd be
happen.
a cool horse with a sword.
Gerald, hold this in your mouth.
All right.
Anywho, you could have a cool war horse, guys.
With
Planning wise, I would just sit back and pull out the map again and ask her about if she heard anything about a shrine down there before, or a weird gate or something like that. See if she knows anything.
Yeah. So you point out the few things on the map and ask her about it, and I'm not familiar enough with this area. I've only been really focused on the kind of what's been around my camp, and since I haven't had a chance to really go into the mines on my own, I haven't really explored. I think it might be wise to get maybe the dwarves' take on maybe what's down here before we go in full force and investigate what these are. But if they're on the map, they're definitely noteworthy enough to be called out. So there's definitely importance in their recording.
But we also learned something. We didn't see any weird anomalies down there that's out here.
I just happen to be possessed by a short sword. That's not an anomaly.
That's it's not
Did you
floating.
experience while that happened?
It's not floating debris or anything like that, but that's enchantment and something. It's weird soul possession within weapons. It's kind of, I mean, yeah, it's weird, but that's not normal environmental anomalies.
I mean, it's there's a whole bunch of different types of phenomena. You've probably only seen some specific ones while being here, but if you're here long enough, you'll see many different kinds of arcane oddities in these parts. Possession is not one I thought would be even remotely close. We should definitely safeguard those weapons until we can get them to Elfrost to be properly disposed of.
Yeah.
A thought occurs. Especially since she's so insistent on getting the weapons to Elfrost, I would like to insight her to see if what she's saying is feeling like the truthful purpose of getting them to Elfrost.
You go ahead and roll an insight check.
Very well. Come on, bid number 18.
18. Her reaction is definitely based on some kind of fear of what those weapons are, what power they have, something about them. Just she's reacting more out of a concerning fear than it's then seemingly being deceptive of, I want to get these back for my own reasons or for some other ulterior motive.
Yep. In case it wasn't obvious, I'm trying to insight whether or not she's still possessed or not.
Okay.
But because of the fear aspect, I am going to, as a player, infer. I'm going to assume no.
As far as you can tell, she's not.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
If you feel there's the best course of action, considering you have your research here, would you want to come back to Elfrost with us? Or something else?
Can we not send a letter to somebody to come meet us here? They might be able to take these back to Elfrost.
Yeah, they kind of didn't want us in Elfrost for very long.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want us there.
We have to prove, like we mentioned, we have to prove our worth and value and allegiance.
And you think taking these weapons back will do that?
I was going to ask you that. Do you think this would be worthy of something that would? I'm assuming you met with, or Alenia had you meet with someone, and they sent you on a purpose to, I guess, prove your worth. Do you think this would be proving worth enough to deliver these for them to be taken care of?
Destroyed.
Yes.
I would hope so. I would just hate for a misinterpretation to happen where they would think that we are then trying to smuggle demonic things into the city, even if we openly declare it. Considering how things went for Wilrick upon his initial approach.
I just start heavily coughing. Like,
I think if we wrote ahead, that might be helpful. I can write to Alenia and she can alert the council of what's coming, and they'll be able to handle it.
Especially with being your world over ours, I think that would be best.
Well, wait. We just stumbled upon an area of crazy... We don't know what. This map is showing that there's an army of something down there that's growing, apparently. There's this gate. I don't even know what a Rock of Souls is. There's so much elaborate things going down there, and apparently they didn't want us to discover these items by the forge, and they are probably now hunting us down, or looking around for us at least. But is this something we just want to walk away from at the moment? It could get a bit bigger.
You beat me to the punch on that one, Nymphus.
Do you think that we should Nymphus should sketch out a portion of the map in the letter to let them know? Or
already done. 3 copies.
Or should we keep this to ourselves for now until we hear back about those weapons? They might ask us where we got them from or what happened.
The more information we provide, the more transparent we're being, the more trust we are showing.
I would have to agree with Elso on this one.
But with that said, all we know is these weapons forge weird, they're weird. We have nothing else besides that. So
you have the map, though.
Map, yes, but it shows locations of more questions that we don't have, or answers that we don't have. Just that's all it is.
I think if anything, if we're going to inform Elfrost leadership of anything's going on, the more upfront and trustworthy we can be, the better in this case. I can also send a message to the dwarves and see if they have any history that they can share. If you don't mind giving me a copy of one of those maps, I can attach it to a letter to them as well and see if they...
All right. Do you want the one with the undercommon, or do you want the regular translated?
Probably.
You know undercommon, Nymphus?
No, but I understand it's like deep speech or something.
He basically was able to like.
I know. I'm trying to do a thing for. I have another spell, guys.
Okay.
I think the undercommon one might be helpful. They should have some.
Now, this was very hard to translate because I had to go between my books. They had wordings and everything, but that's how I picked up this might be undercommon.
I cast Comprehend Languages to double check his translation. May I see that for a moment?
Oh, here you go.
Thank you. Translation look accurate, or is there anything more discerning I can get?
Is he proofreading my work? Wow.
You said you don't understand it, but hey, you have the means of translating it. What?
I did the work, okay? I did the work. I put it in. I showed
All
my
good writers have a editor before it gets published.
Are you volunteering to be his publisher when he starts writing books?
No, I'm the proofreader.
Welcome to Belto Lee.
Oh my God.
The translation roughly matches, but there are some discrepancies in the way he has translated some of the words. But for the things that he's written down in common, they're not too far off. But you can discuss with him the details later after I specify the details in notes.
Yep. All good.
Thanks for putting me on the spot, Bobby.
Sorry.
Showing how not prepared I am as a DM.
I've been waiting almost an hour to bring this up.
I was afraid one of you all had and it's like, gosh dang it. Yes. We'll say
No worries.
yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll just say I go, oh yeah, because of this note, it looks like that was that, and
yes, we'll address it in the next
I
session.
will fix it.
the
We'll
fact that you're able to do
retcon
this
in the
without
next
understanding the language, Nimbus, is incredible.
I mean, thank you.
It's like translations of like instead of rockets, maybe like stone or
Yeah. No worries.
Yeah.
We'll hash that all out later.
yes,
I'm just trying to, for in character, just be like, here is accuracy.
yes.
Not everyone has a spell for that, and I appreciate you looking over my work. Yeah. Yes, here's your copy.
But I will say there's a spell for that. Okay, well, I'm going to go write these few letters before turning in for the night. If you have any protective charms that you all can cast up in the group, I would certainly appreciate it. Not knowing what kind of...
Unfortunately, I'm not strong enough for that.
Well...
None of us are going to go running off in the night, in the darkness, are we?
No.
Hmm.
Though...
I'm like head looking over towards Jack. Without saying it, I'm just like, my question was out loud, but I'm just like eyeing him, like nudge everyone to look in that direction.
I will want to discuss whether, while these messages are being sent in the future, if our group, if you were to stay here essentially as liaison, perhaps we could take more ventures down into there if it is deemed to be a smart idea, so we can try to get more information for the council upon their arrival.
Probably for the better, because that letter is going to be, hey, we found this thing, looks really not safe. They're going to come to reply back with, what is it? And we're just going to be like, I don't know. They're like, all right, what did you find? I don't know. Where is it? I don't know. It's just...
I'll be thorough in my explanations, writing back to Alenia, and see what they decide to do. If they would rather have you come deliver the weapons, whether they would have me deliver them, or what they recommend doing. But I'd hate for you all to go off into the caves system on your own, especially since I'm probably more familiar with some of the other arcane oddities in the area. But if you all choose to go into the cave system behind the forge, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
I believe your call will be the smartest, to wait for their word, for them to determine whether we should investigate further or leave it be.
How long does these letters take? Are we going to be spending a few days here?
If I send it tonight and they get it first thing in the morning, we might hear by midday tomorrow if they are quick about it. If not, it might be evening time or the next day before we hear of their response.
Faster than us traveling ourselves.
All right. Nex, you see where the cave entrance is. Please go keep an eye on it. I'll send Nex off.
Okay. All right. Unless there's anything else to say, she's going to bid you all good night. And you all need to do something about meals since you all haven't eaten today.
Mm-hmm.
The day's worth of ration.
Rations around,
Yeah.
whatnot. Anything you all would like to discuss before turning in outside
lot.
the
Oh yeah.
outside the
Let's do
purview of Beatrice?
Let's do inter-party roleplay, guys.
What's roleplay?
Just what we're
It's a
doing
great
right
time between furries.
Oh, I almost deleted all my rations.
now.
Don't do that.
That would have been bad.
All right.
Oh, no.
So
Xylith
before
feels
we turn
stuffed
in-
and is just hanging over, using Gerald's neck as a.
I'm so full. Do you have room for a muffin?
No. But I want to die.
Sorry. Anyways,
Okay. No, we're good. They're still there. Okay.
breaking out rations. Is Julian looking like he's going to eat?
I'm just gonna go sit next to Julian. I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm just gonna sit beside him.
Okay. All right.
Won't look. It'd just be a deadpan, basically a deadpan stare, like someone's in a trance. Effectively.
I'm gonna like mimic Julian and just stare forward.
Okay. So Xylith and Julian are sitting down by a fire. Belto, Nymphis, Warwick.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna go next to the. Who's doing the? Is it? How late is it right now? Is it super late?
I mean, it's just after sundown, and you all have been talking for maybe 30 minutes, so it's
Okay.
it's starting to get dark. There's a little bit of light left out, but there's not much time before it's fully nighttime.
All right. So keep in mind, I just sent Nyx out to go watch the cave for a little bit,
Yep.
but like after when I'm about to turn in, I'll be like, come back.
Mhm.
Let's see. While everyone is sitting over there and we're watching around, I will probably sit near them around the fire thing, but be whispering to myself a little bit. I will be talking in primordial a little bit, but I'll be saying words of encouragement to the group in primordial. Is your language still good?
That's what I was about to ask. That's what it's been about a half an hour. The spell lasts an hour.
Yeah. So I'll be whispering primordial. I'll be like, as our lives change, we remember.
Yeah, you have about 15 minutes left of that being effective.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'll be like, as our lives change, we remember all these past things that we've done, and we're growing differently. I'm noticing changes in my group. Hopefully, it's for either to make them stronger or to deal with whatever's to come. They're strong. I know that I'm getting stronger too.
Are we just
Hush.
listening to Nymphis? Are we all listening to Nymphis? I know we
I'm
can't
whispering.
Nymphis
understand
is
him.
speaking in
Belto.
primordial,
What
and
he's saying.
Belto is.
Yeah, but are we just sitting there listening to him speak
I'm
another
whispering
language?
to myself. Yes, I'm more like whispering to myself.
Oh, just
Or-
to yourself. Okay, I thought you were like
Yes.
saying it out loud.
No.
No, okay.
So I'm I'm close by you guys, but I'm whispering to myself, and
Yeah.
I'm imitating like I'm writing in my in a book journal,
Mhm.
but I'm not really writing. This is just having it as a camouflage type scenario. You guys could probably try to catch in if you actually pay attention or anything or roll to look at it, but
Like a lot of his syllables are like very harsh or very kind
German.
sure.
I was just about to ask Gio, would you allow me to roll a perception check to try to understand everything you're saying?
Go ahead, man. You can.
Thank you.
So that's to you.
No,
But
it's because it's inter-party stuff. I'd rather have a chance to. Okay, so you're whispering too quietly for me to understand.
Hang on, you're supposed to ask the DM what to do.
But it's to another player.
Doesn't matter. You say what you're doing, and I'll
Okay.
say if you need to roll
Thus,
a check
may
or
I?
not.
May I? Oh, I already rolled. Crap. I'm not re-rolling that.
oh, we can re-roll it. Go ahead.
Nope.
I mean, you
get
understand
advantage.
the language, so.
Try to
And
get
if you're-
advantage
But I
on
need to be able to
somebody.
hear him, and he said he's whispering it.
But
That's
if
why I
you're
asked
if
him
you're sitting
I
right
could-
next to him, then I wouldn't make you roll.
Yeah. Or you could be like, Gia, what's that you're saying? You know, if you actually use communication.
Ulrich, what are you doing among all this?
I could have been having a conversation with you.
I'm just sitting down, playing with the pendant, and then I'll look over, see Nymphus whispering, and then I'll say in Infernal, is he self-monologuing right now?
How loud do you say that?
I'll just
Plain
speak
voice.
normally. Like, I'm not trying to hide it.
Isn't Infernal like
So, Bobby,
another
only
version
you
of Primordial?
only you understand him saying
Mhm.
that
Yep.
as your spell starts to fade.
Yep.
I'm gonna kind of lean over to Julian a little bit and be like, do you have any idea what they're saying?
No reaction.
Well, it depends. Does Zenith make contact with Julian?
Yeah, I'm leaning over, like, towards you.
Doing the shoulder bump.
Yeah.
Is there actual contact? That's the question.
Well, I'm sitting next to you, so if I lean over, I don't know how, like, I won't touch you if that's the thing. I'm just leaning over to make a comment.
Okay. That's fine. Then there'll be no reaction. No reaction.
Shoulder bump. So, buddy.
Wilbert, after your question, you'll hear Belto's voice in your head briefly. Yeah, he's saying something. I can't quite make it out, though.
I'll do it back, because I can do it back to him. Like, oh, thanks, mate.
The talking voice!
Nope.
I'm the voice in your head. No, I'm the voice in your head.
This is your conscience.
Or all the voices in your head. But, yeah.
All right. Anything else before you all turn in for the night?
Do we need to do
After having
watches?
So you still have kind of the gate, like she had mentioned the previous night, before you all went out and did your own thing. Nice, Panda.
Cheese.
Cheese.
Oh, we need a
Cheese
cheese
roll.
fact.
Oh, no.
You see how excited he got?
After he's done reading this, especially since we've been having the rations and potentially getting ready to settle in with Julian still being silent, Belta will look over at Julian again, try to like catch his eye or something, be like, "Do you want to talk about anything?"
There's definitely no kind of eye contact. It's almost like glassy eye. There's no
So, like,
catching.
I'll be trying to make it for a minute, but then I'll say that just to see if I can get the eyes to flick up at all.
So when I hear you say that,
Open.
I'm like, I'll close the book up and I'll walk over and tap his shoulder. Hey, we're all worried about you right now. Are you okay?
Nymphus, I need your roll animal handling check, please.
Okay.
With advantage.
With advantage?
With advantage, yeah.
What's my animal? Animal handling? Oh, +2. Oh, god damn it, there's the... One second. Okay, well, you want the... You know what, let me roll the one that fell off the ground. It's a 5 on the one, and then a nat 20 on the other. So...
Nat 20.
Yeah. Thank God.
So, Julian's eyes flicker towards you. For the first time, you see them slightly move towards you. Similar like when you saw the tear, and then you literally hear just like, "Why do people choose death rather than life?"
That's a good question. To see, and then it will click to me the fact that the dude chose to kill himself, besides giving answers, probably what triggered this effect. And Nymphos will remember that and be like, there's sometimes people are loyal to a point where they see the greater picture, and maybe their belief is that to keep their loyalty to their religion or king or queen or whatever, they rather die instead of giving information. And they don't want to tarnish maybe their thoughts of Belto. Does it make sense when I could say this that like religion wise it's based off of
I'm so sorry, Memphis. It's just
like finding their Okay, I'll give you guys a second.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
It's an interestingly timed cheese
We
fact.
just got our cheese back, so
I'll butcher the delivery, so I sent it through message.
Yeah.
okay. That's interesting.
Unfortunately, I'm still young enough and it was early enough in my training before I went on this journey that led me to all of you. I don't really know much beyond that, and I'm just trying to keep my faith and utilize whatever gifts I have to protect those around me. As for
That's what
someone
I'm
going to
that's
such
what I'm
an
trying
extreme.
to say. Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say, that in some of the
The
books
oath
that
I've
I've read,
taken, I would die to protect my own.
makes sense. And I've come across a couple of books that require, like, talk about oath and religion beyond that and their cause, and they feel like there's a greater good for them in their afterlife. They rather keep true to themselves through that way. But I feel like that might have triggered something today.
Do you think that's why he did it?
He might have some super honor to himself to do such a thing, but different religions, different life. We can never know for sure. So, if that's what's bothering you,
The key was that there was also the he was in inverted commas there. So you might not have picked up on it. He was inverted commas, that one.
he's inverted. What?
Do you think that's why he did it? So the he was accentuated.
Ah. I would not have picked it up because I don't really know your backstory fully. You haven't really shared anything to me,
No.
but you shared it probably with
We don't have-
I think
We
I
as the
know-
players don't have, or
I think I know what Jack's
as the
talking
characters don't
about.
have the context.
I understand out of character what he's talking about and includes his backstory.
I don't
which
think
is
you know what he's talking about out of character.
not his friend that he's looking for, or
The bad
I don't
standing.
know.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. So
Because we know a little bit about that from the
yeah,
council meeting where that came out, but that's
And-
all the characters have gotten out of him.
There was the fireside story. There was a little bit of the fireside story.
A little bit.
but I would not have. Memphis would not have picked up on
No,
that.
no,
So
I
he's
don't-
answering what he.
That's absolutely fine. I'm just saying that the he was in inverted commas.
Yeah. So they're like, well, it's not known. We're not sure for fully yet, but look, it's very weird for us to be the one trying to cheer you up and all that. But I appreciate the fact that you care deeply. If you're feeling like this again, just we're your friends. Let us know. Don't carry the burden by yourself anymore.
It's not that simple, but thank you.
Oh, it's true. It's not simple. I can guarantee that you're right. But small steps. And eventually there'll be bigger steps as we go.
But Julian will flit a very small smile at both Nymphus and Belto, and then roll over and try and sleep.
Okay. And as he does that, I'll like mouth to Belto. I'm like, I don't know how we managed to stay alive this long, but we gotta keep it together, guys. We gotta keep it together.
Julian, you're gonna hear in your head real briefly. I didn't see you eat anything. I'm not going to bed till you eat something.
Julian will basically, whilst trying to sleep, extend a paw.
He'll hand you a ration.
Julian will put it in his mouth, basically, and then want to sleep.
Oh,
Just,
Julian, don't eat laying down. You're gonna get a stomach. Whatever.
Leave him. It's fine. And he'll just also message you a thank you.
Mm-hmm.
To Julian. Oh.
To Julian.
Oh.
Yes.
What are mind talks nowadays? Jesus.
I'll just give Nymphus a little pat as I do that.
Don't touch me. Fix my stuff earlier. How dare you?
I was just trying to help. Again, the fact that you translated that without knowing the language. How did you do that?
No, I'm just joking. You'll take the pat and be like, "Huh, I did good. Hey."
All right. Julian's eating up. Belto is, I guess, cleaning up.
I'll take first watch.
I'll take second.
Okay, so y'all are doing watches still, even with the.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm making sure no one leaves out in the night.
Okay.
So, Nymphus, I'll take a first watch while I'm cleaning up things here and all that. Would you mind taking a watch as well?
Yeah, I can do that. I have a bit on my mind, so I will still be up for a while. So yeah, I'll take next.
Very well. Wilrick or Silith, either of you volunteer to be up extra early in the morning?
I'll take the third watch.
Thank you, Silith.
Okay. So Belto, you're doing first watch?
Yep. And I've got something for the end of my hour if you'll allow me to recover my channel divinity from a short rest of keeping watch. Basically, if you'll let me treat the first hour of my watch like a short rest to recover one thing just for thematics for the most part. Since a watch would be 2 hours, short rest being 1 hour of light activity, depending on your ruling. No, that's fine. You can say no.
Yeah, I'm struggling between okay, what's the actual sleep rule versus not. I'm gonna say no. Just like if you're gonna rest and then do channel divinity, like that'll be a reset.
All good, no worries. It's just because I used it in that fight, so I get the one a day, anyways. But anyways, that'll be for future rest. So,
I mean, you get with the full rest, right?
Out.
So,
yeah, I get it with the full rest too, but it's something to do before taking the full rest, really. But don't worry about it. Another time. Okay. So I'll just clean up, keep the fire in check, and occasionally look out towards the gate, look throughout any slats, see if there's anything going on outside before I go to give Nymphus his turn at watch and bump down myself.
Okay, give me a sec. All right, roll a perception check for me.
Okay. That one.
Oh dear.
I'm too focused on cleaning things up than actually keeping watch.
As far as you know, nothing's going on. You're just kind of mind your own business and everything. I need Julian to roll a Constitution check, please.
Okay. That is a 12.
12.
12.
A dream comes to you. Familiar dream. Actually, it's the same battleground that you had when you were visiting the last time with Hisrin.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have the nightmare feeling this time.
Okay.
Your mind kind of wanders into replaying the events in your head. And instead of reenacting the actual battle that took place in the betrayal, you're looking at it more tactically as what did I miss and how could I have done things differently to see this coming, what signs did I miss type of thing. As you make it out to the main courtyard where it happened, you see hovering in the in 4 different parts of the open courtyard, 4 different like giant floating objects. One of them looks like a black hand. The other is a shield. The other is a gauntlet. And then the last one is a breastplate. And and while everything else in your dream is kind of this dark gray blue color, these things are almost glowing in holy light.
This is reminding me of like that Kingdom Hearts opening. Choose the sword, the shield.
I haven't played Kingdom Hearts, so I don't know.
Oh.
No, I have it. This is all good.
I want to play. I have it on Xbox, but I haven't played yet.
No, it's a fair game.
And as you're standing there in the middle of the courtyard, you're looking around at these, and they're just sitting there, kind of ominously waiting for you.
Waiting to one to be chosen, or waiting for just all of them in general?
You're not sure. At that point,
Okay.
the dream fades.
Okay.
Wilrick, I need a Constitution check from you, please. Waiting. 21. Sleep passes pretty peacefully for you. Although you get the sense that something has been given to you or bestowed upon you while you've been sleeping. You kind of wake up, think about it for a minute, then you go back to sleep. Nymphus. Need a Constitution check, please.
Okay. It's a save?
Nope,
Check.
just the Constitution check.
That's an 8.
8?
Altogether.
As you drift off to sleep, your mind races back to the incident in the woods and the wispy figure that the rest of the party says was calling out to you. As you try to reach out to this figure, dreams, it suddenly gets sucked away, and there are these like hushed laughs throughout the trees. As you're kind of walking through the woods, you get the sense of being watched by something out there. You don't know if it's the entity that was standing before you, or if there's something else in these woods that are now pursuing you or hunting you. But whatever the feeling is, feels like these are surrounding you and coming after you.
Starts running.
As you start running, you get weird glimpses of really weird arcane events. Like, it looks like trees are moving on their own. It looks like rocks are flying. One hurls towards you, and you duck out of the way of it. It's almost like nature is turning against you.
No. I'm supposed to be one.
As you're running, a wall of fire comes up on one side of you, and you turn off to the side of it as you keep trying to outmaneuver whatever is hunting you.
Can I look back behind me? You're not supposed to ever look back. Don't ever look back, guys. But I feel like something feels like.
As you turn around and look back, everything stops. It's quiet. And actually, as you look back and things start to settle, it looks like the forest is turning away. It's whatever world you're in your mind, in the dream, is starting to unravel as trees start shredding apart, rocks start disintegrating, water is evaporating into thin air, and then you see yourself in an endless void. And then you feel something sinister. Like, you can't see anything, but you get the feeling of something grabbing for you.
Hello? Who is there? Show yourself.
You just get kind of whispers, and just this feeling of being hunted like prey.
Start covering my ears a little bit. And around.
And before you wake up, you hear a ominous voice. Release.
And then I wake up. Release.
Then you wake up. It's time for your watch.
Are you waking me up, Bobby?
Do I wake him up, or does he wake him up from the dream and find me sleeping because of the Nat 1?
He wakes up just before your time is over.
Okay. So the Nat 1 is just for me being distracted. Got it. I'm just making sure the Nat 1 didn't apply.
Okay,
to
so
like,
he's
you know
not
what, you
waking
just
me
fall
up here.
asleep during your watch.
All right. So I wake up sweating and everything like that. And I'll be like,
I don't even notice for the first minute.
I'll whisper, next, come to me. Delta?
Oh, nope, you're already awake. Wow. Okay. I guess I got distracted.
I couldn't sleep well. I'll take over. Go ahead and get some rest.
Very well, and I'll give you a quick pat on the shoulder. Thank you. I could use the rest myself. And I'll give you eyes of night, so you have 300 feet of dark vision if you look out through the slats in the gate.
Can I share that with Nyx?
I need them in range within 10 feet of me when I activate it, so no.
Dang. Dang it. Wait, can I wait till Nyx gets there, and then I'll be like, because I told him that was the first thing I said. I don't know how long it's going to take for him to get there.
Well, Nyx was by you. Because you said before you guys.
You're right. You're right. I did say that earlier. You're bad. Yeah.
Nyx is with you.
So Nyx is there.
Yeah, Nyx is with you.
Can.
Yeah.
If Nitz is in range, then I can use that on them as well, then.
So Nyx and Geo, or Nymphis, have
300 feet of dark vision for 1 hour out of their 2-hour watch.
Oh, gotcha. I see into the next stage.
Okay.
While I'm doing my watch, I'm probably twirling my ring in my hand on my finger a little bit. Is that the weight that it seems to be comes to mind for a release?
Roll a perception check.
That's a 19 plus perception, you said, too? So 21.
21.
As you start your watching, you start feeling your ring. You have that same kind of sense of dread as you kind of peer in kind of with your arcane ability into the ring, and that sense of release is coming from within your ring.
Said, okay. I just whispered to myself, okay, and I understand that I need to be careful, mind wise. Apparently, they're coming through the ring. Strange, but I'll note it down in my journal thing, saying I'm having the weird dream and what I recalled real quick, and then I'll continue my watch with my 300 night vision, and occasionally like stick my head out the illusion, just just do a little.
Well, yeah, you don't know where the illusion is exactly, but you can open the gate and look out.
I thought she kind of marked it for us or something like that. Before.
There's like a protection that she has up. It's not illusion per se. It's more like warding of some kind. Kind of like
all right.
Some kind of abjuration.
As I'm doing that, also, can I go around and look and be like, 1, 2, 3, 4, make sure everyone's here?
Yeah, everyone's there.
All right. Do one of these little pokes too on everybody just to make sure. Slight touch. Not to wake them up, but just like, hey, they're real.
Belto's still trying to go to sleep and you poke him.
Okay, you're real. My bad. Sorry. Just doing checks. Okay. Do I need to roll a perception
No, you already did.
for the checks?
The perception check covers your shift.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you used. All right. Yeah.
Okay. Xylith, a constitution check, please.
After Nymphus's dream, I do not want to.
We're all going to die.
Just roll on that 20.
Oh, God.
I rolled 2.
Here comes a 17.
Oh.
Oh.
Woohoo.
Oh, that works too.
Speaking of which, nat 20.
Called it!
Wow. Belto has some insight. Okay.
Pulling strings behind the scenes.
Did you have a +6 in insight?
You dream of Nyan Cat.
Oh, the horror.
Yeah.
As you drift off to sleep, Xylith, your mind's kind of racing all over the place with everything that's happened recently, with the elemental plane, with finding the forge and the weird possession of Beatrice with these swords and weapons. You start to worry, will you ever actually know your family? Is there anything that will keep you alive long enough to figure out what happened to your clan? And a vision comes to you in the night. Hisrin is walking up to you in a field of hills, and there is kind of a valley that is full of tall standing grass, but also with patches of what looks like burned areas, and it almost feels like it's some kind of war-torn valley, but that has kind of recovered a bit. And Hisring comes to you, and just with a smile on her face, says, "I think I have found something that you might be interested in. Come find me when you can." And with that, she disappears, and this valley that you're in feels somewhat familiar. You can't place it in any of your memories. There's nothing that you can think about in your past that comes to mind right away. But for some reason, this place, although it might not look the same way, feels like a place of home, feels like a place of comfort. And this is the first time that, as you've been trying to search for who you are, what your origin is, that there's actually a connection to your past.
Mhm.
Belto, Constitution check, please.
Okie
Zadith, predict.
What?
Predict.
Yes,
13.
As you drift off to sleep after being poked by Nymphus,
I just turned my armor off.
you start to play through your mind, just with the battle that ensued in the forge and the reaction that Julian had to the person committing suicide. That flashback to what happened with you and with your party. And you keep replaying those emotions and those feelings through your dreams. And you are visited by a figure cloaked in dark leathers, clad with plated armor. You can't see their face, but they walk up to you and they say, "It's never good to travel alone when you've lost so much. There is potential in finding an ally. Guide him, and you may find companionship."
Bobby gets it.
That's deep.
I should do my best.
Snaps for dust.
He waits there a little more, wondering if you're going to ask him a question.
Crap. I'm trying to just determine what the heck Belton would say at this point. Sorry, guys. If anything, or if he would just trust it at this point, because what would his intuition be on this? So sorry, this caught me off guard, even though Bobby understands what's going on.
Giving you a second to think. Hey, look at the things that got redeemed over there, Gus, on your chat.
I saw those. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. I need to get my other camera set up so I can actually do that on stream.
Considering the path that I am on, I just hope I can grant him a good path to follow as well. But I don't know if I'm exactly the best one to teach.
We all have our choices. They have theirs to make. You still have choices on your own path that you must make.
He's just gonna solemnly nod and mostly understanding, but then trying to like zone out a little bit, focus in on the dream image of Julian being in the turmoil that he's in. I hope I can help him.
His past is indeed covered in bloodstains and vengeance. It is up to them on how they decide to harness their power, use it for good, turn it to tyranny. We all have that potential.
Is this the first time you have spoken to me directly?
There are great troubles ahead. You have entered a very dangerous territory in this realm. Guidance is of the utmost importance for those who seek to keep and to not lose what is.
I think I understand. I hope I do.
When you have time, and I encourage you to make time, seek out one of my shrines.
I shall, Torm.
And while I might not be the sole provider of your powers,
Thank you for all you do for me.
what you have been given is an incredible gift.
I'll do my best not to squander it.
And he starts to walk off.
He's just gonna let him go and turn back to focus how many things I have ahead of me.
All right, Nymphis, that's the end of your shift. As you're fiddling more with your ring, that sense of dread doesn't seem to leave. Even the monks looking out and trying to keep your mind with just keeping a watch out, your mind keeps getting drawn back to the ring.
I will do a deep breath and be like, all right, and then I'll go wake Xylith up.
Okay. Xylith, you're nudged awake.
Is it my turn already? I'll get up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Kind of giving him a look.
Nothing happened. Nothing popped out. Everyone's still in bed.
Okay. Get some rest now. And I'll go sit right in front of the gate.
I will try.
Okay. Perception check for me, please, Xylith.
Okay. Oh, that's not it. There it is. 13.
13. As it's getting past twilight and into the early hours of the morning, you go over to the gate, you take a look out. There's some curiosities happening outside. The random elemental, arcane type stuff is kind of happening out there. You see mirages of animals look like they're passing through, but then disappearing, and there's other phenomenon happening. It looks like whatever of the elemental disturbances is starting to kind of be more active. You don't know if this is part of a cycle or if this is random, but it seems like whatever elemental stuff is happening, whatever protective barrier is up is keeping some of that at bay. So as things start to come towards you, it looks like the magical effects kind of fizzle out a little bit. But nothing specifically happens or looks like it happens during your watch. Then was there a fourth watch going on, or?
I don't think
No,
there was. No.
I think it was just the three of us.
I think it was the idea.
Yeah.
Like,
Forgot to plan it out, but it is supposed to be 4 watches.
If you
2
want, I
hours
can do
each.
it.
Yeah, someone said 2 hours, so I'm like, okay, everyone's doing 2 hour
Yep.
watches.
if something actually, hang on.
I don't mind doing a fourth one if we want to.
And
If
I
you wanna-
did
if
mention,
you wanna
hey,
retcon and say
would
3 hour
you guys
watches.
mind?
Yeah, because we just said it was me, Memphis, and Belto.
So our long rest will take a little bit longer because of that then.
Yeah.
All right.
So who's doing fourth watch?
Well, no,
I guess it
the
would be
3
10.
hours. It's just 6 hours you need for a long rest.
It is 8.
It's 8.
2 hours of which can be spent doing a
But that's the 3 hours would be.
as long as the other. As
So,
long as
so the
last 2
rest of
hours
you
are
could
light
be up and
activity
Xyla could go to
such.
sleep.
Mm.
As long as you're doing
Yeah.
minimal,
Yeah.
or no,
Yeah.
Julian and
If we did
and
2 hours each,
Julian
then we
and
would just, like-
Wilrick can be up. The rest of y'all are still
Yeah.
sleeping.
Yeah. Everyone
guys
would
can-
get
So basically,
very
Wilrick
light
and
activity.
Julian, you're both taking the last watch.
Sure. Sounds good.
that makes sense.
Okay.
All right. For Julian and Wilrick, are you all going to be just sitting and watching, chatting? What are you all doing for? Since both of y'all are up.
Julian is going to actually just scout the area. Not just going to stay in one place. Julian needs to move a little bit. Not go massively. Just move around the area.
Are you going out of the gate and into the open area?
Not out of the gate.
Okay.
No. But the cut will not just be sitting still.
Okay. And then Wilrick.
I'll just observe and just keep an eye on what Julian's doing whilst I'm looking.
All right. Perception checks from both of y'all, please.
It's a 9.
It will eventually stop rolling. Oh, there it is. It's
9
16.
and 16. Okay. Both of y'all's perception checks don't find anything going on too much. Julian, as you're kind of pacing at the front, you catch some of the intensity of the arcane messiness that's outside. Still seems pretty heavily active from Xyla's watch. Rurik, as you're sitting there, you're still kind of just mesmerized by the pendant, and that no one else seems to really get any kind of feel off of it other than yourself.
Yeah. Is there any? Can I check my pockets from the dream? Well, hunt.
Go check your inventory.
Bonito bandita. Let's see.
There's a few tabs to potentially dig through.
I'll just nod because I have no idea what has been added. I have no reaction. Whatever.
Okay. dig through it, see if you find it. With that, everyone wakes up in the morning, all well rested,
Long
not
rest.
exhausted from their
Hooray!
dreams. And we will call it there for tonight.
Oh, all those lovely hit points.
Woohoo.
Long rest for everybody.
All recovered. Done. The book is closing on this chapter.
Good job, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We'll dive into, I'm sure, what those dreams mean in the next session a little bit. And see what the party ends up deciding to do. Will they be sent to Elfrost? Will they continue searching the cave, or will they go do something else? Tune in next time to find out.
Tune in next time.
Next week. Next week.
Right.
Next week.
Is it next week? Because I think we're skipping a week, aren't we? I thought there was a week where someone couldn't do.
That's the last week. That's me.
It's the last week
It's
of
the
April.
last week
Okay.
of April, yeah. But
Yeah,
next
Yeah,
week.
we're doing
Actually,
next
I
week,
knew
and
that-
then we'll be off a week.
I knew there was a week in April that someone couldn't do.
Mhm.
Okay.
Very good. I guess if Panda and Geo are available, we've got the Dungeon of Mad Bob.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Mad Bobbington.
Yep.
We'll see.
Sunday, I might be available. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for watching. For those that do watch and check out the Twitch channel and the VODs, we'll see you all next week.
Mhm.
Thanks for being here.
Snips.